Good morning. Shane Van Fleet here, Nutrien Ag Solutions in Western Illinois. Just doing a follow-up. About 2 weeks ago, this field here got riddled pretty hard with hail, and we did a video out here, you know, just showing the visual impact of that hail. We made a plan at that time to come back and hit this field with a couple nutritional products that we was wanting to put out to visually help this plant get going again, stimulate that plant, stimulate some root growth, stimulate some above ground foliage growth. So we came out here with a couple of products. Radiate Next, which is IBA and kinetin for below ground, above ground stimulation of roots and cell growth. Hit it with another stress mitigator product from Agrison called Terramar, which is kelp from cold seaweed and a linardite piece in that we use a proprietary extraction method and break those stimulants down to micron size so the plants can use them, and there's more of them. Help stimulate that plant and respirate it, get it feeling better. You can look across here. I'm standing somewhere in the middle of the split. I'm not gonna say every time we're gonna see this wowing visual, right? We're gonna look at some NDVI imagery and see what we see on there. But one thing that has been jumping out at me when we've been putting these Radiate Next and Terramar products is brace roots. I don't know how well you can see these, but I just dug a couple plants from each side, and I tried to try out the center portion of the plant to just show the brace roots. Now, every corn plant will start producing brace roots, right, at about V6. But what it really appears like we're doing with our stress mitigation products is really probably helping that plant relax and respirate at night. And we're stimulating some better brace roots in these corn plants. And, you know, forever, I guess we always think of brace roots as just something that stabilizes the plant. But, you know, in recent investigation and digging through the internet, there's a really critical role that our brace roots play, and they transfer carbohydrates back down to the soil to feed our microbes. So 20% of the carbohydrates or sugar that a plant makes, right, they're going to transport back down and feed that microbial activity, which again stimulates that microbe, and then in turn they're working for us, right? So they're sending gibberellins and auxins back to that plant to make it feel better. They're help moving nutrients to them roots for uptake. And we're really seeing some really good brace roots on these stress mitigation products. And if you don't believe that plant's stressing and sending carbohydrates down there, just peel off a brace root, pull the sheath off. Obviously don't do this if you've had insecticide info, but pull that brace root off and take a bite of it. It just tastes like pure cane sugar. So it's amazing how a plant has the ability to take care of itself under stress conditions, right? It will do everything in its power to help repair and fix its needs in soil. So another really cool plant that I've seen out here is this plant, as you can see, has been completely busted off. There's a brace root or two in the soil, but this plant was basically living off the moisture that's still in this plant. But if you ever look on the underneath side, right, it starts triggering them brace roots to go down to the soil, right? Anywhere you get a node, it will trigger that and start that. But even more interesting on this is if you take a close look, and I'm not sure how well, you'll get this mucus, right? There'll be this mucus that comes off of these plants and these brace roots, right? So within that mucus is bacteria, and that bacteria has the ability to fixate nitrogen in our soil. So we've got rhizobia bacteria within that mucus of that plant, knowing that it's not getting any nitrogen, knowing that it's not picking up any food source. It's trying to stimulate to that rhizobia, grab me some nitrogen out of the air. I need nitrogen. Just a really neat source to see out here of how a corn plant tries to take care of itself. But all in all, this is our hailed on corn. Obviously looking much better than it did a couple weeks ago. these plants are feeling better. They're trying to take care of themselves. We're aiding in that with products like Radiate Next and Terramar. And without a doubt, this cornfield's back on track to reaching its maximum potential.